NFTV Extra.
You can see the midfield wasn't great on the ball today, but for me, off the ball, we were good. We had the problems losing both the wing backs, which I think hindered Bruno's minutes. And then we had a worry with ASM as well. He wasn't tracking back for a bit. I thought he was going to get took off, if I'm honest. But then he's got resurrection powers like Jesus, hasn't he? He's fine. He's limping 1 minute, and then the next minute he's fine.
We're seeing the old Willock now. Do you agree with that, Andy? Because we've been pretty critical of Willock.
Off the ball, I thought he covered a lot of ground. He really did. He didn't tackle, but he intercepted a lot.
Absolutely.
I thought he probably had. I know he got the headlines a little bit last game, but I thought this was probably his best game of the season.
If we've beaten Aston Villa, that just tells you, with Philippe Coutinho in the team, that just tells you all you need to know.
Yeah.
We're not sitting here to have a dilly-dally about.
Mm-hmm.
You've got to go into that game of conference, and you've just won your last 3 games, and you kept the clean sheet in your last game as well. So, and arguably the Everton goal was quite lucky. So,
the thing is about West Ham too is that they lose at home sometimes to some really goofy ass teams. I remember like Southampton beat them 3-2. Brentford beat them.
West Ham didn't beat Leeds.
They didn't beat Leeds.
The next game week.
Yeah. So they sometimes drop some stupid points at home, but at the same time, they beat Chelsea this year at London Stadium. I think they did.
Yes, they did. It was the same game. It was the same game we played Burnley.
Yeah,
I was at the game we were watching in the pub.
Was a little bit disappointed with Wood. I'll be honest. I'm yet to see. I was all up for the signing of him. I thought it was a sensible signing, but we're yet to see. I mean, his shot that he took. I mean, but he snatched it. He's anxious. It's not going to be easy for him. He's coming to a new club, but he won a lot of aerial duels today, so that's one thing. But Dan Burn, he was brilliant. Dan Burn was absolutely brilliant at the back. He pushed the line up. He was the first defender to step forward. Brilliant.
Yeah, even though he got booked, he was top tier. That's the type of talent we need for next season. Yeah, it wasn't even a booking. If I'm honest, I watched that challenge back 3 or 4 times, and it's a foul, but it's not a yellow card. He's very vocal at the back. It's for him to make his debut and be so vocal. I'm biased. Obviously, I'm from Blythe, so I mean, I'm going to be biased. He's from Blythe, but
that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
He was for me. He was the amount of balls that if they had went over his head could have been difficult for it to deal with, and he's just knocked it out, pushed the line up again. It was the high line for me in the high press that won with the game. I think I know it was a bit scrappy the second half, but the high press and the high line in the first half give them nothing, and they're a dangerous team to play the high line against. Coutinho can put a ball through for Watkins or whoever. It's got to be structured, and he really did keep the line up. Trippier helped the midfield line because he was always the higher of the wing backs, but we did miss him when he went off. Like, I'll be honest. Hence the Kraft mistake, etc. But I'm so happy for Dan Burn, mate. It's great to see Geordie on his debut get man of the match.
Especially after Trippier going off, I thought, Jesus, this was our luck, because Manquillo even had a good game, to be fair to him, and I thought, okay, Manquillo going off, that's not the biggest loss in the world, but then with Trippier going off the other side, our whole defence looked really unsettled in the second half, but Dan Burn put in a mammoth performance. He was brilliant. That is something that people that don't watch Newcastle don't realise about the changes Howe was made, because I still hear the people go, oh, give Bruce the money, he could have done this, that and the other. He couldn't have. The performances under Howe compared to Bruce are night and day. Like, Howe has us pressing teams now. How the players are much fitter. You see John Joe Shelby, he's lasted 90 minutes full on running now. Yeah. We haven't had that from him probably in his Newcastle career. Maybe for the first few weeks he was at the club, but barring that, Howe has made a huge impact.
With Shelby, it was probably under Rafa.
Shelby's got
a small bit.
Yeah, under Rafa, he just seemed to be getting really good. And then Rafa left, and we obviously got Bruce, and Bruce made him play like Shelby was non-existent. But now we've got Shelby, Willock. Last 2 matches, Willock's played really well. It seems to be that Willock's coming into form now. Yes, we've got Bruno. Maybe, I don't know what we're going to do with Bruno. Players are going to keep him out the start lineup because players are playing really well. What we're going to do next match? Do we drop
It's Shelby a great problem. Bruno? It's a great problem.
It's hard for Eddie Howe, though, isn't it? It's difficult for Eddie Howe to turn around and say to one of them 3, right, I'm dropping you, when they've just won 3 on the belt.
Oh, it is. And it's that gives Eddie Howe a real headache. But the Trippier injury, do you think it's bad, or do you think he'll be back?
I think I heard him. I'm quite deaf at times, and I'm sure when he said, one of the players came over to him and said, "What's going on?" And I'm sure he said, I'm making sure that I don't make it worse." I'm sure he said that if I carry on, I'm going to make it worse.
Yeah,
I might be wrong, but I don't think it's quite as. I think he's taking a precaution. When what's the point if risking missing more games later on? He's obviously tweaked something. I think it was his left hamstring, but we'll see. You never know with a hamstring. It could be a week or it could be 6, couldn't it?
Yeah, and hopefully it's not 6, because Kieran Trippier, what a player. Another free kick from him. Brilliant. Absolutely amazing free kick. Yes, we should have had a penalty, but we go on with it. Trippier scores. And it just shows, Newcastle players are showing real fight and desire. They weren't showing that under Bruce. They weren't showing that
gutsy.
Yeah, they're very gutsy as well.
Character.
They've got a lot of character in that squad now. Chris Wood, yes, he didn't score, but he brings the play. He helps Maxi out. He brings the players out, and Maxi then goes forward. Yes,
Sorry, go on there.
Yes, he isn't like a proper striker, like a Callum Wilson, but he's bringing the play out and he's helping Maxi get more possession and get the play and try and get a goal, which is
the only gripe I had with Wood today was that chance where he should have slipped Fraser in, because Fraser, you'd imagine, would have put that away, but
he buried it.
He should have hit the target with his shot, even. I mean,
as well, but
he nearly hit my cousin in the corner.
Every time we seem to win a game this season, we always have to have like 5 injuries just as part of the course. Mm-hmm. But I don't care. I don't care that Chris Wood looks slow. I don't care that his chance was quite funny.
Because we've got damn fucking burn.
I don't care that they were unfortunate with the VAR call. I find that very funny. This game means a lot to myself and Carl and being in the Midlands, and my my wife being a Villa fan, and I know my kids are all in their Newcastle regalia today. It's a good day. I mean, I'm going to be in the spare room tonight, but it'll be worth it.
Sam, you remind me of me when we beat Man United, when you've got that one over your missus that night.
You might be sleeping on the couch tonight, Sam.
I probably.
I don't have to listen to her snore in it. But yeah,
it's always nice to get one over the missus.
I've been put on dinner cooking duty, and I'll be in the spare room, but it's worth it because the little one's just gone up and give it large in her face. But it's fine, it's all good. But look, 3 wins in a row, and the table, whilst we've not moved up anywhere, it looks a hell of a lot healthier.
The weekend couldn't have gone better for us.
There's a game in hand. I mean, I hope to God Trippier's okay. Howe said in his post-match press that he's gone to hospital for an X-ray, and fingers crossed there's no break.
Mm-hmm.
Because, I mean, fingers crossed, because I'm in love with the guy. Not since Johan Cavallo have I been in love with a man, but Trippier takes that prize now.